Hi, I'm Tim.
Hi, I'm Danny, and we have 4 wonderful children, ages 7, 5, 3, and 1. We also have a child in heaven. And as a family, we enjoy being outdoors. We love having bonfires and pizza nights, and we love having company over to our house. We are also missionaries to Northeast England, and we just wanted to take a few minutes to share how God has moved us and drawn us out of the American dream-like living into something much different. In fall 2011, we were pregnant with our second child, and we started to experience some complications, and that led us to the emergency room, and it was there that we had to swallow the news that we were having a miscarriage. Over the course of the weekend, our lives changed drastically. We went from having this beautiful plan to mourning and weeping over a child that we would never hold and could not get back. Over the next few weeks and months, God was really pressing in on us and asking us the same question over and over of, do you trust me?
Around that same time, we began to hear about missions in Europe. We were at an event and the speaker began to share about the lostness across the continent, about churches that for generations had seen their congregations shrink, about a continent that really had lost touch with the faith that once shaped it. We began to pray for Europe and really pray that God would move across Europe, and we began to hear him ask that same question again, do you trust me? We sought to answer that question, yes, and through that time it caused us to move across the continent here in the U.S., caused me to leave my journalism career behind, and caused us to be willing to follow God's call to Europe if he would call us. And felt that call come during the Syrian refugee crisis. I got the opportunity to serve in Europe, in Greece, with some missionaries from Greater Europe Mission on the island of Lesbos, and saw firsthand the impact that this crisis was having on individuals, both migrants and nationals, as just a massive movement of people across space was happening. I got to also witness missionaries as they changed their pattern of their life to be the hands and feet of the gospel to people, both migrants and Greeks. We came back and talked with Danny and prayed, and we really concluded that we wanted to be involved in what Greater Europe Mission was doing across Europe. Through lots of conversations and prayers, we came down to deciding we wanted to serve with Greater Europe Mission in Northeast England. The idea of doing missions in England was a little bit strange. We hadn't thought about England as a place for missions in the past. We thought about England as a place that some of the people who influenced our own faith had come from. Some of the people who've influenced us most are even living Brits with ties to the northeast of England, so it was a really odd thing at first. As we began to learn more, we learned that there's a great need in England. About 2% of England are evangelical Christians. 49% of English people identify as not having a religious belief at all. One of the pastors who works with Jem, a national pastor, will say that he meets people who regularly for 3 generations have not heard the gospel. There is still a church in England. We're going to be working with an established church in Stockton called Stockton Baptist Church that is already engaged in its community, seeking to connect people with Christ. They're working with asylum seekers, welcoming them into the community and serving them as they get used to England. They're also working with other churches in the community, even across denominational lines, to make new connections. They're also seeking to make disciples in the homes and communities that they live in. They brought on an associate pastor recently to help them work on organic discipleship and multiplying through their community.
Yeah, so our role won't necessarily be to bring the gospel to where it's absent. Rather, we are coming to be willing servants of the British Church and to encourage and spur on our British brothers and sisters in Christ to live on mission and to share the gospel in their daily lives and on their lips. So we are really excited to continue to follow Christ's path and to continue to trust him with where he is calling us. We know he is faithful to provide, and we are so excited that he has a much bigger plan than we can see right in front of us right now. And we are very excited to be just a small part of that plan. To learn more about and to engage with what God's doing in Stockton-on-Tees, visit our website at www.raisingarrows.org or search for Tim and Danny Keith on Facebook.